Let's make 2025 the year for a wealthier you. I'm bringing you 20 different ideas that you can implement into your financial practice in order to reframe your money mindset, in order to align your goals to your vision, and in order to actually implement your debt payoff, savings, or investing goals. Let's start off with the 3 essential questions you need to ask yourself in order to start creating your finance plan. Number 1, what is your biggest financial burden right now? It's really important that we get specific on this. So you might want to say something like, oh, well, not making enough. Like, okay, is it truly an income issue? Do we need to look into increasing your income, or is it more that your living expenses are a bit too high? Identifying the true source of the biggest financial burden will help guide your overall work throughout the year. For a lot of my clients, their biggest financial burden is like credit card debt and feeling like they can never really pay it off. But when we actually do a self-reflection, kind of analyze the situation, we can see that the true root cause is the overspending, is the misalignment between their budget, their plan, and their execution, what's actually happening. Once we can actually align the discretionary spending, we're able to make significant more impact to the credit card debt, because otherwise, you pay it down, then you swipe it, then you pay it down, then you swipe it, and you end up on a seesaw. The second big question is like, what's your definition of success in 2025 when it comes to your finances? Fast forward a year from now, where do you want to be? What is that ideal? What is it like? Yes, I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Be as specific as possible here. So define how much you have in your savings account. Define how much debt you've paid off. Define what your credit score is. Again, whatever success means to you, get specific. And finally, where do you want to be in 5 years? And how does your current year's success play into that? It's important that we have our goals for a year or even shorter than that serve as building blocks for what we want our life to look like in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. When those serve as the building blocks, the stepping stones to getting to that ultimate destination, then we're more likely to achieve that success. And sometimes it's really important to kind of work backwards. Like, where do you want your life to be in 5, 10, 20 years from now? So then what does it need to be at the end of this year in order to get you closer to that ultimate goal? Because if there's a disconnect between the ultimate vision for your life and what you want now, you're not going to care enough to actually follow through on the plan. I've seen this happen a lot with home ownership. I have some clients who feel like, oh, I should buy a house within 5 years. Oh, I guess that's my main goal, buying a home. And they don't actually want to buy a home. That's not actually where they see themselves or where they want their life to look like in 5 years. So they're not going to be as likely to put aside cash for a down payment because, again, that ultimate desire is lacking. Does that make sense? As we go through our financial journey, it's so important that we ask ourselves these questions and make sure that the plan is rooted, is aligned to what our answers are, to what our vision for our future is. For one-on-one support and accountability in creating your finance plan and then also implementing it throughout the year, look at my Transform package. It's 12 months, 12 sessions to completely change your finances. Otherwise, follow along for more money tips.